Hey folks, welcome to another edition of Play Branson, where you get to know Branson's entertainers better. And today I am so excited about our show. We have, for the first time ever on the show, Rhonda Vincent, and she's doing a limited engagement here in Branson, and so bringing in lots of other entertainers with her. And so I'm so excited to talk to her about this show. She's Grammy Award winning. Man, I'm just pumped. And so stay tuned for that. We'll get to the interview in just a minute. But something else that's going on this week in Branson is Veterans Week begins today in Branson. And so, you know, Branson's a place that honors veterans not just this week, but every day. And literally, it's the only place in the country, I believe, where veterans are honored in shows, where the veterans stand up, you clap for them. You're not going to see that in New York City. You're not going to see that in Las Vegas. And I think this is a special place that recognizes the importance of our veterans. Veterans Day originated as Armistice Day on November 11th, 1919, the first anniversary of the end of World War I. And then in 1968, Veterans Day was changed to the fourth Monday in October. But it was changed back to November 11th in 1975 by President Ford. According to the latest statistics from the U.S. Census Bureau, there's about 17.4 million veterans in the United States. A lot of them come to Branson. And then what's also pretty awesome about Branson is that this is a great place for military reunions to meet. It's a great central location in the United States. So, you know, first of all, if you are a veteran, thank you for serving our country. Thank you for sacrificing for our country. And if you're saying, hey, we all want to get together, think about coming to Branson and checking us out, and you'll have a great time here and you'll be honored. And so thank you once again for your service. Folks, we'll be back in just a minute with Rhonda Vincent. Hey folks, welcome back to Play Branson, and I'm so excited about this episode. I promoted it last week. Welcome, Rhonda, to the Play Branson show.
Well, thank you. And we're going to play Branson, so it's perfect.
It is, and so I'm so glad you're coming to Branson. And I know you've been here before, a date here or there. And
I grew up here, sort of playing, but yeah.
And but you have a long history in the business. You've been you're from Missouri, but
I am a lifelong resident.
Maybe somebody's never seen you before. So tell people about your background, how you've gotten where you are, and then we'll fill in from there.
Well, I grew up in a musical family. I'm a lifelong resident of Missouri, still live here. I live in Lake of the Ozarks as of a year ago. But I grew up in Green Top, Missouri, at the very top of Missouri, and in a musical family, traced back 5 generations of the Vincent family. So they were playing long before I was ever heard of. Or even thought of. And so growing up in this musical family, when I was 5, we had a television show, a radio show, made our first recording. So I grew up on the job training. We're actively performing and recording and TV. And my dad would pick me up from school every day, and we would play till dinner, and after dinner, friends came over, and we'd play till bedtime. So it was a very concentrated life of music. And then, go a few years later, as a teenager, we came to Branson and we were staff musicians at Silver Dollar City, punched the time clock. It was my mom and dad, my little brother Darren. He learned, what a great way to perfect your craft and teach your family to performance. So we played 5 one-hour shows from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Friday night, we drove to a Bluegrass festival, played Saturday, Sunday, drove back on Sunday night, and was playing here at Silver Dollar City. I turned 16 here in Branson, and I took my written driver's test here in Branson.
Folks, you heard it here. Probably not very many people know that.
That's right. That's some trivia no one probably knows.
That's some trivia, yeah.
And you know what? And if I can share this, a life lesson I learned here in Branson. We're at Silver Dollar City playing one of our 5-hour shows. It's pouring rain. I mean, cats and dogs. No one is in front of us. My brother and I are like, Dad, most bands were just sitting waiting for the rain to pass. My dad said, they're paying us to play, and we're going to play. We played our 5 one-hour shows. The next week, we get a call from the general manager of the Grand Ole Opry, and Hal Durham. He said, Mr. Vincent, I'd like to invite your family to perform on the Grand Ole Opry. We thought Charlie Louvin had recommended us. And my dad said, well, we'd like to thank Charlie for recommending our family. He said, Charlie had nothing to do with it. And Dad said, well, how did you know about my family? He said, last week, while your family was playing in the pouring rain, me and my family were on vacation at Silver Dollar City listening.
Oh my God.
So I'm getting chills. That's a life lesson, that you always do your best no matter where you're playing, no matter what you're doing.
Because you don't know who's in the audience.
That's right. And the head of the Grand Ole Opry was sitting there. I am so honored that I am the newest invitee to be a member of the Grand Ole Opry as of February 28th, 2020.
That is pretty impressive.
Very exciting.
Now, I took a couple of years ago, I took a backstage tour of the Grand Ole Opry.
Oh, did you?
And it is very, very cool.
Oh, yeah.
Very cool. Now, do you have your own mailbox?
I will have. See,
you will have. Okay.
I was invited on February 28th of 2020 by Jeannie Seeley, who's going to be a guest at our Christmas in Branson. And the night I was supposed to be inducted, March 24th, was the night they closed down. So I am waiting to be inducted, although I've got my first email that said, Dear Grand Ole Opry member. So I think I sort of am. It's not been official yet.
Folks, do you know how elite that group of people are that are inducted into the Grand Ole Opry? Like, that's like, just congratulations.
It's
an honor.
It's my lifelong dream. I grew up listening to the Grand Ole Opry, dreaming of being a member, and really never thinking that it would probably ever happen. That was on February 28th, 2020, was my 215th appearance on the Opry. So pretty cool.
Wow. And we can say it all started at Silver Dollar City.
Yes, you can. Yes,
with the Grand Ole Opry. The other thing that I want to mention is that you are a 7-time Grammy Award nominee, and you won the Grammy Award for the Best Bluegrass Album in 2017.
I thought I was going to be the Susan Lucci of the Grammys for a while after 7 nominations, but no, that was quite a thrill to have that Grammy to be. So it's like, oh, this is really, really special.
Yeah. Well, once again, whether you win or not, just to be nominated, I think is awesome.
It is. You know what? It's any of the awards, because I travel with the most award-winning band in bluegrass music. These guys are highly skilled, all at the very top of their game, and that is such a wonderful thing to say, a job well done. So we appreciate that. You know what? The Lord has blessed us so much. We are so very thankful. We're so thrilled. This opportunity, I prayed, I said, Lord, we were home for 6 months not playing. Please send us an opportunity where we can play, and my guys depend on us to feed their families. And so here we are in Branson, Missouri.
And so you're going to be, and I want to talk about the show, but I want to talk a little bit about it in the next segment. But like across the country, like everything's closed down.
Yeah, it was. We've just started performing in the last 2 months.
Yeah.
So we're kind of back out on the road, but we have before we start here at the Andy Williams Moon River Theater, we only have 2 dates left.
Yeah.
So it's exciting. 37 shows we're going to be doing here.
So folks, in the past, you may have seen Rhonda in town. You might have been at one day here
Bluegrass
or there.
and barbecue at Silver Dollar City for a few days.
So this is going to be your longest run, and I call it a limited engagement.
Residency is what they're
residency,
saying.
Yes.
I've never been in one place and do a residency like this, like we're going to be doing at the Moon River Theater. So it is exciting. And you know what? Something that's unique about this is the shows will not be the same. They will be different every night. And that as I talk to people, they're like, how are you going to do that? What are you, like, we don't normally, when we perform our shows, we don't use a set list. And now there's going to be some things that will be that we have, and maybe I should I give that away? Maybe I better just let it go. We have special guests though coming in from Nashville.
I do want to talk about some of those special guests, but I want to do that in just a moment.
Okay.
So, like you have recorded and performed with a lot of other entertainers.
I'm very blessed to do that. That's one of my favorite things about the music industry is getting to interact and record.
Now, I have to ask about one of them because I thought it was kind of interesting, and it's kind of from my generation, but Richard Marx.
How cool is that?
Like I saw that, and I'm like, He was, it said, I guess he was on one of your records.
He's on a song called Taken. So Richard called me. He was writing with Keith Urban in Nashville, and he'd heard the music, and he goes, I want to get together, maybe sing or write. And then somehow it didn't happen. But we became friends from that. It's kind of like Bernie Taupin. I also got a call one time from Bernie, and we've become fast friends. Mm-hmm. How crazy is that? Got to meet Elton John, got to be on the Elton John Bernie Taupin 50 years commemoration restoration on that album with Dolly. So yeah, I just love all of these different things. But Richard and I became friends with that, and one day I had this song and I said, Richard's voice is going to be perfect for this. So that's how
there we go.
I called him up and he said, yeah.
I just have always thought Richard Marx would be good in Branson. Like
he probably would.
He would be. But
he's in Chicago. As long as he's still there,
I don't know where he's at. Richard, come to Branson. Come hang out with Rhonda.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll be back in just a minute with more. You stay tuned. We'll be right back.
There are so many things to do in Branson. You need help planning and booking all your fun. You need iBranson.com. You can find everything Branson has to offer from your computer, tablet, or cell phone. You can even buy tickets online or talk to one of their friendly Branson travel specialists. There's no sales pitches, no delivery fees, no service fees, and no waiting. It's fast and easy. Find your fun at iBranson.com. Do it all online or call 877-ENTERTAIN. That's 877-368-3782. iBranson.com.
Hey folks, welcome back. We are here with Rhonda Vincent, and she is talking about her new show coming up at Andy Williams Moon River Performing Arts Center. It used to be theater, but they changed the name.
Okay.
Anyway, so tell people, like, what can they expect in this show, or what's going to go on here?
Well, it's going to be a lot of different elements from our bluegrass music with Rhonda Vincent and the Rage, and then we have special guests that are joining us. We have 7 different guests from Jeannie Seeley will be the first guest, Mo Bandy, John Barry, T. Graham Brown, Mark Wills from the Grand Ole Opry, Wilson Fairchild. They're the sons of the Statler brothers, and they are hilarious. And then we have Mo Pitney, a brand new country artist, joining us. So they're like either there from 4 to 5 days at a time. And so a different show every day. That's what I'm hearing is something that's unique.
Yes.
We will be, you won't come in and say, oh, that's the same starting song. It will be a different show every day. And I'm creating the elements that will make it a different show each day.
Now, will it be a Christmas show, or will it be components of Christmas, or will it be just 100% bluegrass, or what?
It's going to be bluegrass. It's going to be country music. So in addition to my band, there will be this amazing steel player, Tyler Hall. I worked with him with Daryl Singletary. So he is one of the world's greatest steel guitarists. We have Josh Schilling. He's from the group Mountain Heart. And he is he plays piano, keys, amazing vocalist. So we have, in addition to bluegrass, then we'll move into the more country mode. And then we have Branson's own Jarrett Doherty. I think one of the funniest guys in Branson.
Jarrett's going to be on the show.
Jarrett will be playing drums. See, because he's a drummer. And, he can't resist some Christmas pranks.
Okay.
My problem is we will have, and I don't know if I should give this away, so there'll be Christmas, there'll be country music, there'll be bluegrass, and then a whole lot of Christmas. And there's a very serious moment where we have a nativity scene. So Jarrett is like, if Mary says, can't you find a place to stay? And Joseph says, there's no room in the inn. Well, Jarrett went and piped in and said, well, there's plenty of room over at the Quality Inn. So I said, Jarrett, you can't do this. This is a very serious moment, right? So yesterday at rehearsal, we are busting out laughing. And it's like,
he's a funny guy.
He is a funny guy. So a lot of, there's going to be comedy and the country music, bluegrass, lots of Christmas, but everything. And my plan is that we start the second half with just straight bluegrass, the songs that we won the Grammy with, and requests. Because we have people, I already know, there are people driving in from West Virginia. They're going to be there for 5 straight days. There's a group that's coming in from Kentucky. They're going to be there for 7 days. So I want to make sure, and that's what they're used to when they come to our show. It's never the same show.
Yeah.
So that's going to be, I guess, the mystique of you can come to every show and it's going to be different.
There you go, folks. See, that's a good marketing
Is that
tactic
good?
too,
Yeah.
because then they can keep coming back.
They must, yeah.
But you, and I think as I was researching this, I didn't realize you were going to have all these other performers with you.
Oh, yes.
As well, and so, and here's the deal, folks. If you've never been to the Andy Williams Theater, that is just an amazing theater in
Isn't
and of
it
itself.
so beautiful? Oh, and be decorated for Christmas,
Yeah.
it's spectacular. I mean, the costume. So I have also Jan Krieger. You may know she worked with Barbara Mandrell, and she was telling me how Barbara did 14 wardrobe changes. I'm used to putting on the same dress. It's on there. We play a festival. I do 2 shows. I sign. I don't do costume changes. Should you have to? It's like, Jan, I can't do 14 wardrobe changes. But I will be, she's designed these wonderful costumes, so there's going to be some surprise elements, and
So you're pushing your limits.
I know, I mean, it's a step out. I'm used to always playing mandolin, and SJ, the lighting designer there, he said, you know what, on this one, grab the mic and just walk out. And I have this, well, see, here I am. Am I telling too many secrets, do you think?
I think you're giving people just enough so that they want to go see it. But let's talk about instruments. How many instruments do you play?
Well, I play most any stringed instrument. All of my guys play. We could virtually just hand them down after each song.
Wow.
So there's a great variety. That's they sing every part. They play all the different instruments, and that's what we're going to be doing. The guys will be in one post, and then you might go, wait a minute, he's playing bass now, and wait a minute, he's playing guitar, or he's playing mandolin. We switch it up. But usually in the show, I can play anything from guitar to mandolin to, might play some twin fiddle with Hunter.
Yeah. So, and you mentioned this earlier, and I don't know if people caught it or not, but you and your band are the most awarded band in bluegrass history, period.
That's right.
That is
over 100 awards for all of the. Josh has won so many Guitar Player of the Year awards, Banjo Player of the Year, Bass Player of the Year.
Female vocalist of the year.
A few of those, yes.
Top entertainer of the year. She's not telling you all this stuff, folks. If you're looking at a resume and you were going to hire someone for bluegrass, you would hire her.
All right.
I mean, seriously, it's the cream of the crop in a resume. But the thing is it's like a long history. Like you've been perfecting your craft for literally decades, and you grew up in this whole thing.
Yes.
Yeah. And
it's not a job. This is my life. I grew up here at Silver Dollar City here in Branson singing, so it is such a part of what I do. And people say, well, how can you do this day in? I love what we do, and I love the people I work with.
So it's not like a job to you.
It isn't as much, no.
Yeah. Talk about show times. When are the shows going to be?
Well, most of them are at 7:30. There are a few afternoon shows. We'll be switching off with the tenors. I think we'll have 7 afternoon shows. So if you go to RhondaVincent.com, it will list the guests, and there's a direct ticket link there. So that's you go to RhondaVincent.com, the front page has them or the tour schedule, and you'll find the date, the special guest that's going to be there, like Jeannie Seeley's, she comes in on Friday the 13th, and I just happened to be born on Friday the 13th. So
there you go.
That would have been, it would have been July 13th on my 16th birthday here.
Now I noticed you're booked all over the country for next year. That's assuming, I guess, you can do that with COVID.
So far, we're planning
here's what I got to ask: is if this is successful, is there the possibility this could be done again in Branson?
If it goes well, why not?
Okay, folks, you heard it. Come to the show because we need her back. We need her back on a residency and bringing in these big name entertainers. And quite honestly, I'm not sure as far as the big name entertainers at Christmas. I think she's gonna be the biggest ticket in town.
Oh my goodness,
I think
so awesome.
Now my mind's getting old, but I'm thinking it might be the biggest ticket in town.
Oh wow!
So
you know what? Here's something else that's unique. John Barry. Mm-hmm. He's celebrating, I think, 25 years in the music business. He has never in his life performed in Branson before. This is John Barry's first time in Branson. And I don't think he's performed all year. He had this incredible anniversary tour plan. Yeah. Everything was changed. He hasn't performed. This will be his only appearances in 2020.
And, I think for some entertainers, it's just important that they get back on the stage.
I think
and
so.
The Newsboys. Have you heard of the Newsboys?
No, I don't think so.
The
Are they
Newsboys
here
are
in town?
Christian. Well, no, they're a Christian rock band.
Okay.
But they performed out at Silver Dollar City.
Oh, yeah.
And they had to keep, and it was their first concert from March.
Oh,
And
wow.
so they were just so glad to be on a stage.
Right.
And of course we started to see people do drive-in, shows and some of that. But
Sure.
Branson's one of the only few places in the country, folks, that you can come see live entertainment, and we've been
That's right.
telling you that.
Yes.
And we say it's COVID friendly. There's social distancing.
Yeah.
You can wear a mask. I'm not wearing a mask right now, but Rhonda walked in here. She was wearing a mask.
I was. In fact, I have candy cane masks, and we'll be selling those. And that's something else that I should tell you. I will be signing after the show. My entire band, we will be. I hear a lot of people are not doing that. We will be there signing. If you would like to get a photo, a signature, just come by and say hello. I will be signing after
But
the
if you
show.
have COVID, don't do it.
No. You know what? Anybody who's sick, stay home.
Stay
Or
home.
if you feel like you're at risk, don't do it.
Yeah.
But you know what? If you feel healthy, come see us. Because
Yep,
we'll be
yep.
there and we'll be signing and talking to everybody.
Yeah, I tell people Branson is the safest vacation destination in the
I
United
believe it,
States. It's like
yes.
99.8% of people are fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think after the election, and this, you'll be doing this all, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. And I'm
Right.
not here to talk politics because I know that's not a good idea with entertainers, but a lot of
you know
people,
what? We're hopeful.
a lot of people are like, things will probably change after the election, and so hopefully things will calm down after then. Okay, folks, you heard it here, all the excitement of the show coming up. Andy Williams Theater, it's going to start November 10th, and you're going through the 20th of December.
That's right. 37 shows.
37 shows, and they're all going to be different. It's going to be awesome. And so, Grammy Award winning, most awarded bluegrass band in the country, member of the Grand Ole Opry. I'm just blown away. You're going to be blown away. And that's a wrap on this interview. We'll
see
be
us.
back in just a moment.
I'm dreaming of Christmas.
Rhonda Vincent, Christmas in Branson.
Wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
November 10th through December 20th, 2020 at the Andy Williams Moon River Theater. Special guests include Grand Ole Opry star Jeannie Seeley, Mark Wills, John Barry, Mo Bandy, T. Graham Brown, Wilson Fairchild, and Mo Pitney. 37 amazing Christmas shows by Rhonda Vincent and her world-class band, The Rage, in Branson, Missouri at the Andy Williams Moon River Theater. See the Christmas lights at Silver Dollar City. Enjoy some Springer Mountain Farms chicken and visit Boot Daddy at PFI in Springfield. So much to see and do. November 10th through December 20th, 2020. Join the newest member of the Grand Ole Opry, the Queen of Bluegrass, Rhonda Vincent, and celebrate Christmas in Branson. Or get details at rhondavincent.com.
The Christmas season is a perfect time for family traditions, and Branson's Lights of Joy, Branson's all-LED drive-thru, is a great way to create those lasting Christmas memories. This year, discover new LED Christmas displays and an amazing tunnel with state-of-the-art lighting. Santa loves these lights. Branson's Lights of Joy is located just north of Sight and Sound Theater on Expressway Lane. Open nightly through January 1st. Visit lightsofjoydrivethru.com.
Hey folks, be sure to go see Rhonda's show this Christmas. It starts November 10th. It goes through December 20th at Andy Williams Performing Arts Center. You're not going to want to miss it. You're going to have an awesome time. But come to Branson and just experience all that we have here. The live entertainment, the lights, Silver Dollar City. Come shopping. There's so much going on. And most of the shows that are at Christmas time, they either have a half of their show is Christmas or the full show is Christmas. And you can book it all at ibranson.com, or you can call those folks at 877-ENTERTAIN. They can help plan your entire Branson vacation. They're not going to ask you to sit through any types of tours. They're just going to provide you good local expert service, and those folks can help you out. Our next episode, we have got Melody Hart. Never had her on the show, and I think her husband Wayne Massengill is going to show up. I actually grew up with Wayne, and so they're going to be on our next show. You won't want to miss it. Hear what's going on in their world. Thanks for watching, and if if you have any requests, let us know. Go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/PlayBranson. Send us your messages, who you'd like to see on the show, if you got any suggestions. You can also find us at PlayBranson.com. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. I can't talk today. And thanks for watching. Have a great week, and we'll see you next week.